Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our session today on the SAP BI Analytics Roadmap and the demonstration of need for Viz to show that Dataviz and AI are at the heart of SAP BI and our favorite tool, SAP BusinessObjects and Web Intelligence. So as everybody trickles in, we're going to give everybody some time to get settled. And while you're getting settled, we're going to do some short surveys. We're going to get to know each other, get to know the audience, and then we'll get going on the fun stuff. All right, so go ahead and scan the QR code. Scanning the QR code is going to give you access to our survey where we're going to ask some basic questions. Where are you from? What kind of business objects deployment are you running? Have you heard of Need for Viz? Are you on SAPI 2025 yet? And we have also put a link in our chat, so go ahead and click the link if you need to. We'll give you all a few minutes to answer some questions, and then we'll go check out the responses, have a little fun. And I'm going to go ahead and fill out the form myself. I'm Phoenix. We are mostly on 4.3 at most of my deployments, running BI 2025 in a sandbox. We are planning to migrate to BI 2025 at most of our sites this year or next. And we are rocking Web Intelligence. We're rocking Web Intelligence plus Need for Viz. Some sites run SAC. Power BI is always there in the background. Tableau at some places, not many. No clicks, no lookers. And obviously, I know Need for Viz. I've known Need for Viz for it's been 6 years now. To submit. Wow. So we got a lot of WebI usage, got a lot of Power BI usage. That's not surprising. Most people know Need for Viz, which is great. So the 43%, 42% that do not, well, welcome and get ready to have a completely new perspective on everything. We have some clicks, no lookers, Tableau's way later, way in the back, which is different than it was a couple years ago. Most people are planning to migrate to BI 2025 this year. That's a great decision. It's such a leap forward. And almost everybody is on 4.3. That's great. And what's also awesome here is that we have just as many folks on 2025 as 4.2. Wow, London, got some Pennsylvania. That's where I grew up. That's great. South Africa, UK, Canada, DC, Spain. Okay. Colombia. Wow. Surprising. That's awesome. Okay. So if everybody's ready to get started, I would love to get going. All right. So today what we're going to do is we're going to have a session on the SAP BI Analytics Roadmap, which I know is everyone's really excited about. The innovations that are coming, the innovations that have been done have been great. And I'm also thrilled to be able to introduce everybody that has not seen it yet, Need for Viz, to really be the powerhouse behind your operational reporting to turn it into interactive dashboards, applications that not only can compete with the Tableaus and Power BIs out there, but I would say given the operational reporting nature of the tool and the years of development into it, it actually, in my opinion, is the most powerful tool set on the market when you combine it with Need for Viz. So if you don't know me, I'm Alan Analik. I have been working with Need for Viz for about 6 years now. I have been a customer, a partner, and a user of the product to transform my organizations for about 6 years now. And seeing the development on it and where it's going is truly exciting, especially with the combination of where SAP is going with the BI product itself. So before we begin, I'm going to do some introductions here, and so I'll pass the mic to Jérôme here.
Hello, Alan. Thanks for joining. And we are with Eric and Gregory that we can see in the meeting room, and that will speak about the BI roadmap. So let's go.
Awesome. All right. So need for Viz. What is Need for Viz? Need for Viz is a great title, right? What was the big thing that we all needed in WebI going back 10 years or so? We needed some visualizations, right? And we needed to use the tool beyond the base operation in tabular reporting and the basic charts and interactions that we got. So in order to achieve this and to make WebI a true powerhouse of not only reporting, analytics, but through visualization and interaction, there are 4 pillars we believe that differentiate the product and make it a true powerhouse. So the first one are widgets. We have over 60 of them. And by widgets, I mean drillable charts, exotic pie charts and donut charts, scrollable tables, pretty much any visualization that you can imagine, it's in the 60 widget set. And these are just regular WebI components that you would use as though you were choosing them from your base WebI product. They're drillable, they're fast, they're interactive, and they're beautiful. The next pillar we have are our advanced mapping. We have Google Maps, OpenStreetMaps, Geographic Information System, GIS maps. So advanced mapping that's interactive within your report, and there's no need for an add-on. It comes right with the product. Next, we have our publisher. This solves the accessibility challenge. This publisher will export your report in true HTML5 format. So what does that mean? That means that your users are going to get interactive, responsive reports outside of WebI. No BO licenses are required for your viewers. So essentially, you get maximum reach at 0 cost. That's a huge game changer. And speaking of game changers, this is the biggest one. We have Need for Viz intelligence, right? We're finally putting a brain to your web intelligence. And this, for me, especially where we are right now, is the most exciting thing about the product. Describe what you need in natural language, and the AI is going to generate the query, generate the table. It's going to recommend the chart. It's amazing. You guys are going to love it. We can move on. There you go. And that's what you're going to be able to do without having to do it. If that makes sense, then you'll see in the demonstration that we have set for you guys later. So Need for Viz is simple. It sounds like it's very complicated because it's doing so much for you, but it's really not. It's an add-on for WebI. It's going to sit directly on top of your WebI deployment, right? Next slide. It's no code, right? So the idea is to democratize the data access so anyone can build complex reports, drillable dashboards, and it's plug and play. You get it set up, you're immediately running. There's no configuration, no custom data sources. You're using your base WebI product to enhance what you already have. All right. So what's on the agenda today now that I've set everything up? So first, we're going to look at the SAP BI Analytics roadmap with our friends from SAP, and they're going to put some context to all the new innovations and what's coming. And then after that, we'll have a live demonstration of the Need for Viz platform with AI and get everybody excited about what's coming in the future. Also, we'll have a Q&A session at the end, so feel free to drop your questions into the chat, anything and everything, right? We're here to answer them. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out that roadmap from SAP.
Hey, thank you very much, Alan. Can you please confirm you can see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Grégory and myself, we are super happy as usual to present to this audience. We are both based in Paris and we are working in product management at SAP. So I will start with some introductory slides, but really the main course of this presentation will be Grégory's live presentation of Web Intelligence. So before really diving into the analytics solution, I want to set the background and to introduce, in case you've not heard about it, Business Data Cloud, because this is now the brand under which SAP is talking about the whole data stack, including the front-end tools. So as you can see here, this is really at the center of our strategy. This slide describes the entire portfolio. So you have the platform, the applications, and around artificial intelligence, obviously, which is super important for everyone those days. And really in the center, we have this new offering, Business Data Cloud, which was launched just a year ago. So I will not go into too many details, but I really believe this is important to understand where SAP is heading. So the first thing Business Data Cloud is a repackaging of existing solutions. And we already had this notion of Business Data Fabric. It was not a product, but it was more a set of products. So namely SAP Analytics Cloud, which is really the front-end tool for BI and planning. SAP DataSphere, which is basically a successor of Business Warehouse, BW, and BW. So with Business Data Cloud, the first thing we're doing is that we repackage those three solutions under one brand. What we do as well is that we package as well third-party solutions, and namely Databricks and Snowflake. We have specific version of those solutions, again, in the same offering. So this is for the Business Data Fabric. But beyond that, we have a super important notion, which we are introducing with Business Data Cloud, is the notion of data products. And data products is a layer where you unify all your data independently from the way they are saved in the underlying systems. And the goal here is that you have harmonized data models. And why do we need a harmonized data model is to run artificial intelligence. Okay, we need, so when you want to train models and to build intelligent applications, you need to have a harmonized data model. And with the partnership we have with some competitors, Databricks and Snowflake, the idea is to have one stop shop for all your enterprise data. And again, in the same branding, we have delivered and will continue to deliver what we call intelligent applications. So either delivered by us, SAP, or by partners. And of course, we will deliver a framework and some tools so that customers can build their own applications on top of this platform. So, of course, SAP Analytics Cloud is one super important component of Business Data Cloud. And in case there is a doubt, we are continuing to invest big time in this solution. Here, this is a sample of things we've delivered in Q4 last year. And of course, AI is really important in every product we do, especially in the cloud. So we have delivered some features already in beta release, such as integration of SAP's assistant, which is called Joule. We have AI-assisted code generation and even story generation. So you can prompt and the tool will generate a story for you, which of course you can then edit and modify. Another announcement released recently is My Metrics. So this is the screenshot you have here. So you can have a list of metrics Then from a metric, you can go to the original creation point to have all the background. You can share those metrics with other users, and you can set up alerts on those metrics. So the goal here is not to go into all the features, but just to clearly state that we're still investing in this solution. Going forward, there are many areas where we will invest. I will highlight 3 of them. First of all, SAC will continue to be the analytics solution for the SAP ecosystem, and we will continue to invest into integration. And there is a new technological stack which is called composable analytics. And here the goal is to have some pieces of SAP Analytics Cloud into other applications. Another super important area going forward is to continue to invest into enterprise-ready capability. Sometimes I say that business objects is grown adult when SAC is still an adolescent, which just turned 10 years old. So we know we need to continue into scalability and core AI, core BI features to compete with our main competitors, which I will not mention. And to make the link with the next slide, what we will do as well is to invest into live connectivity to non-SAP data. SAC is really super strong at connecting with SAP data. And in general, Business Data Cloud is really primarily built to connect with SAP data. And of course, we want to extend that to non-SAP data. Through tools, we can create custom data products, and we have DataSphere, which is the modeling layer where you can have all data. But originally, SAP Data Cloud was really strong at connecting with SAP data, and we are investing in connecting to non-SAP data. But of course, when we talk about non-SAP data, this was really from the beginning the DNA of business objects, which from day one has been data source agnostic, and this is still true. But of course, we do support our own stuff. So we do connect to BW, SAP HANA, BWPC, and DataSphere. Okay, don't get me wrong. If and when you will start moving your data, shifting your data to Business Data Cloud, business objects will remain a first-class citizen when it comes to analyze those data. So this is the first differentiator between business objects and SAC, this data source agnostic. The second one is really about enterprise reporting use cases. And here we have 2 families. The first one is pixel perfect dashboards, and the second one is high volume distribution, when it's about refreshing and distributing thousands of PDF overnight. This is definitely not SAP Analytics Cloud core strengths. This is business objects core strengths, and this will continue to be in the future. And the last differentiator, which might be important in some cases, that only business objects is available on premise, and SAP Analytics Cloud is, as it's called, in the cloud, and it's a SaaS solution. So talking about business objects. So you might have seen a version of this slide several times already. This is the latest update where we have a couple of important information. So the first one is looking at BI 4.3 is that BI 4.3 will reach end of mainstream maintenance at the end of this year. So it's really about planning an upgrade to the latest version. And I'm glad to see that most of you are planning this already. Second information is that now all supported versions, starting with 4.3, will benefit from customer-specific maintenance. Okay, this was not the case before. So practically, what it means is that you can choose to stay with further 3 beyond 2027 with a level of risk, which is we will not deliver fixes. So in case there is hiccup, like a vulnerability in a third-party library, for example, we will not deliver fixes. But if you don't change your environment, it's okay. You can run it. You can open ticket to support, and support will help you. But if you need a fix, obviously you'll need to go in those blue versions, which are actively maintained. And another important change with this new delivery strategy is that we are slowing down the pace of delivery of versions from a support package every year to a version every 2 years. Okay, we've just delivered, a year ago already, time flies, but we deliver BI 2025, and next year we'll deliver BI 2027. Obviously, between those two versions, we deliver batches every 6 weeks and then every 8 weeks. And in case we need to deliver hotfixes, we do so. But incremental versions are delivered every 2 years, which means that if you want to stay on top of the greatest and latest, you only have to upgrade every 2 years. And we want to give visibility, window of visibility of at least 5 years. So now with this roadmap, we have a 7 years visibility in terms of maintaining features. So BI 2029 is the latest we have announced, but obviously we will continue to have other versions as long as customers need them. Okay, so here, all the dates are really to be understood as at least as. So the BI 20XX code line will be maintained at least until at least 2032. And on a yearly basis, we revisit our roadmap. Another slide which you've seen versions of is this one. The takeaway here is that some components will not be available after further 3. So for those of you who've downloaded BI 2025, you saw that already. So namely Lumira Discovery, Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Analysis for OLAP Live Office, and UNVs are not delivered as part of BI 2025 and will not be delivered as part of the next versions. The reason for that is really for us to rationalize and to focus our investment, maintenance, new features, etc., on the more adopted tools, and which means that for customers to adopt those new versions, you have some homework to move away from those components in case you were using them. And what the experience tells us is that the most important one, the most important change is around UNV to UNX conversion. So there are some tools we can help you, but it's really you need to plan for it before moving away for the 3. So here 2 slides of roadmap, and again, it will be much more impactful to see in action with Grégory's demo. But at a really high level, in terms of the platform, what we will continue to invest on is making it decreasing really the total cost of ownership. So with BI 2025, we've already worked a lot on making upgrades easier. We are integrating with the standards in terms of authentication, etc. And version after version, we are improving the launchpad, which is often the entry point to business objects. One important point that I want to mention is that we will not deliver AI features out of the box in business objects. And the reason for that is that AI technology evolves so quickly that developing something which would be available for you in a couple of years and maybe deployed in your company in 3 to 5 years doesn't really make sense at the pace AI is evolving. So, and which is completely different in a SaaS environment. Okay, in the SaaS, we can deploy new features every quarter. So our strategy is to be open so that partners, starting with Need4This, can build their own solution. So the chance we have that we have a super rich SDK with BusinessObjects, which allows partners to build their solutions and to really improve and build AI in our tools, which is the case with Need4This. And for Web Intelligence, actually, I will hand over to Grégory. So do you want to say a word about this slide, or do you want to move to the demo directly, Grégory?
Okay, let's have a look quickly at the slide. Well, it will be better if we do the demo. You have here the list of all the BI 2027 innovation plan for Web Intelligence. There is multiple things, right? New interactivities for the chart, being able to share more of your Web Intelligence document with new community outside of the BusinessObjects platform. So we call this the WEDIX. We have improvement in this area. And the last but not least, we will continue to improve the report question experience in order to make it really simple for new user in the BusinessObjects community to adopt it easily in your company. This being said, yes, I will start the demo. Okay, so let me share my screen. Where is it? Here, share. You let me know when you can see the screen, please.
Yep,
that's good.
Okay, and in order to respect the timing, let's say that I will do this in 15 minutes. So let's go. I will do four things. The first one, I will remind and present to all of you the new data mode, a new capability delivered in the BI 4.3 and part of the BI 2025. I will show you the new BI 2025 capabilities in the area of dashboarding. Third, I will show you the new Web Intelligence document extract, which is a way to share a true and functional WebI document outside the BI platform. And last but not least, I will really quickly show you some of the BI 2027 innovations that you are working on. So let's start with the data mode. So data mode is a new capability, and this is all about being able to transform, enrich, modify your data. To access it, you do not have to go into another tool. This is really inside Web Intelligence. For those who have right to access it, this is below this drop-down list here, data, and you will access the data mode. Why a data mode? Because when you want to create a valid and powerful report, paginated report or dashboard, you need first clean data, and your data might come from different data sources. They might come from a universe based on Microsoft SQL Server, for example, another universe based on SAP HANA, or it can be a text file such as a TXT or an Excel file, or it might come from another third-party database such as Oracle DB2, and you might want to execute a freehand SQL to get the data. So first of all, the data mode will allow you to show this. And once you will get all the data, all the queries, and all the information inside the data mode, you will be able to preview them thanks to the upper area of the data mode. We call this the preview mode. You can view all the data query by query. This is the orange cube here. You can preview them and determine if they make sense or not. You can explore them in order to identify any differences in the way they are coded. For example, dryware or dayware, maybe you have a space, maybe you don't have a space, maybe you need to merge two information here. And to achieve that, we propose you, that's another capability of the data mode, to enrich, to transform your data in one click. So below the three dots here, we propose you predefined transformations such as uppercase, lowercase, replace, etc., etc. You can even call the formula language, the Web Intelligence formula language, and all its powerful transformation and functionalities to create new data if you want. And there is two ways to do this. Either you do this directly on the column of your data cube, or by creating another column. You can even use if-then statement if you want your data to be dynamic. So you can do this kind of thing. So once you have made sure that all the data are clean and correspond to your need, you can do what you have on the below area of the screen. We call this the flow area. This is where you're going to take one cube plus a second cube and merge them. We call this a merge, because this is really a merge. And this will generate a virtual cube in memory into Web Intelligence. For example, this is really easy to use, right? You choose two data sets, two cubes, you select them, you make sure the key are valid, and you choose the join operator. We support all of them: left join, right join, full join, inner join, and append. We just take the data of the second cube and add them at the end of the first cube. And really easy. And once, every time you do something, you can preview them. You see the result immediately. So it's really a trial experience. You can test and try, modify and validate that what you are doing corresponds to your need. And you go 2 by 2, 2 cube at a time, 3 cubes at a time, and you iterate to generate a final cube, this one. And the final cube here, the final step, will contain, or not, it's a choice, again, all the data of the original queries of the original orange microcube here. And that's it. Once you have done this, really powerful, you can now create your report on this final cube. Last but not least, you might have, there is a list of available objects here. We have one folder, one list of objects corresponding to one cube. If you want, you select all the unnecessary cubes that you have used in your process, 3-dot, hide, and that's it. Like this, by doing this, you hide all the previously used cube and virtual cubes for the end user, for the designer, which means that when you will switch from the data mode to the designer mode, your end user will see only the final cube, which contain all the right objects, all the right calculations that he needs to create a report. That's the first way to use it. The second way to share the final cube, you can share it by using an OData flow. And in this case, you can reuse this OData flow in any third-party tool, which can understand and consume an OData URL. So this is the OData mode available in BI 2025. Something normally that not new, but really great to be aware of. Another thing that I'd like to show you is a new dashboarding capability. So first of all, it was one of the main pillars of the BI 2025 is, yes, WebI is really good at sharing data and creating paginated report on multiple pages. What we wanted to do with the BI 2025 is to do what we need to propose to all of you in order to create true dashboard. And to achieve that, we do multiple things. First of all, we propose layout that will match exactly the size of your screen, if you want, like this one. So we propose you multiple size by default of layout. And to really achieve a true dashboarding experience, we propose you new widgets. Widgets is a kind of new charts that you can use to build a dashboard. For example, here I have a widget of type images that you can use to create these kind of things. We have icons, more than 300 icons that you can use to enrich and tell a story of your data. I can use them to navigate in my dashboard. And here is another dashboard. Here we have new widgets in place and in use. We have filterings directly inside the dashboard. We have filters of type drop-down list. We have checkbox here that you can use. We have tokens, if you want, to easily filter your data. Here we go. We have new charts that can easily help you to drill and maximize the size with a scroll bar. To improve the interactivity, we delivered custom tooltip. So a tooltip is information being displayed in a tooltip when you select any data point, such as this one. Now we have custom tooltip. You can choose to display whatever you want in the tooltip. This can be a bar chart, like this one, and the bar chart will display information. Again, in the context of the selected data point, it can be one chart, one table, whatever you want, or it can be a multiple charts. And here I call this a complex tooltip, such this one, and they remain fully interactive because I can even do custom tooltip on custom tooltip. Here we go, it works nicely. So that's an easy way and great way to drill on a data point and to understand the context of several things by still remaining on the main dashboard. Another thing we did, it was all about a scrollable table. It was missing. Now you do not have necessarily move to the next page. You can have all your data on the screen using the scrollable table here. So it was missing. So now you have this in BI 2025. And in addition of this new scrollable table, we propose you in-cell chart. We have bar chart, pie chart, speedometer, and RVable to present your measures in an interactive way and in a more meaningful way. Last but not least, I mentioned the fact that you have layout, new layout, and custom layout. For example, on the screen here being displayed, this is a dashboard that can be easily consumed on any smartphone because I've used a layout that match exactly the size of my smartphone, and I can place widgets, information in it in order to render it directly on this kind of device. Let's return to my first dashboard. I mentioned the fact that you have demonstration number 3, the ability to better share your dashboard. Indeed, in the export dialog box, we have this new entry, Web Intelligence Document Extract, WIDX. What it is, you have to do an analogy. This is like a PDF file, but this file will contain not only all the data, not only all the layout, not only the visualizations, but also all the interactivities you will have created inside the dashboard. So it's really easy to use. You select the dashboard, click on WIDX, you choose one, click on export. In the backend, this is going to generate a zip file. So I'm going to show it here. I have to leave. Whoop, I have to do it this way. This is going to generate a zip file, such as the 2 zip file here on the screen, this one. You unzip it, you're going to see this folder, a WIDX folder. Inside the WIDX folder, you will access the WIDX file. Double click on it, and here we go. Here it comes. What you get, it will open the WIDX file. And the WIDX will be your dashboard with the data, with the interactivities, with the layout that you have created, and again, most importantly, not only all the interactivities, but this is completely disconnected from business objects. You do not have to be a business objects user in order to consume this. You create it, you share it on a shared folder, and your end user access it, and they can consume it easily. And from there, they can filter. This is fully interactive. They can drill up and down. They can access slice of your dashboard and apply. Here we go. And it works really nicely as if you were connected to business objects, as if you had this dashboard open in your browser, but not. You are not in your browser. You are not connected. You are fully autonomous and disconnected. Okay, another part of my demo, it will be the last part, BI 2027. So I have opened here on the screen exactly the same dashboard that I use to show you in BI 2025, but this one is a little bit different. Why? Because let me increase a little bit the size. Here we go, and let's have a look at the chart. We have new interactivities in the charts. For example, if I choose a bar chart, such as this one here, the tooltip is improved. Now I can see in the tooltip on the fly the differences. Not only can I see the differences, but if I do multiple selection, I can filter, I can exclude, I can reset what I have done, and I can get more information on my selection in the above tooltip here. It shows me that I've selected the dimension cardigan, and for the state, Texas and New York, and the sales revenue, the sum corresponds to 5,000, blah, blah, blah. This is the first improvement. Second improvement is below the immediate actions that your end user at view time will be able to do. We are here filling in the gap because we propose you to maximize, filter, focus on data. If you want to see the data, you can view the dataset of any chart or table. So it gives you the idea what you are consuming. And you can export the data of the chart, the bar chart here. You can export to Excel or in CFZ if you want to consume the data of your chart in another way to produce another information in Excel, for instance. So this kind of things that we are working on for the BI 27. Just to show you the look and feel, the general look and feel will have been improved. It will be a little bit different, but it more or less is exactly the same BI 2025, same story, right? To adopt the BI 2027, you can see this as an update in place or side-by-side upgrade, and everything will continue to work. Same authorization, same security, same documents, same folders, same authentication, same backend services, but with new capabilities. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you. I hope you like the demo and the improvements we are planning for the BI 2027. And now I think I'm going to stop to share my screen and back to the Need for This team now.
Maybe, Gregory, there was one interesting question, and I don't have the answer to. Can we embed the WebX in PowerPoint?
Not with BI 2025. I think you will be able to share and expose the WebX folder in PowerPoint. No, not in PowerPoint. SharePoint or PowerPoint? PowerPoint, not in PowerPoint, not yet. No.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, thank you very much, Gregory. Just final word from my end. So we are again super happy to have a partner like Need for This who really delivers extensions and extend really the value of our product, and specifically WebI, Web Intelligence. So as you can see in this slide, there are several areas where we don't need to invest too much on our side because they are doing such a fantastic job, such as widget and maps, and obviously intelligence, where we are not planning to do anything on our side when it comes to artificial intelligence. And so we'll see a demo of that, but just to introduce that, there are three areas where our friends have done a really great job. Is when it comes to natural language query, chart recommender, and time series forecasting. So I think now we have a demo from you guys, right?
Yes, we do. And great job. The new innovations in SAP BI 2025 and going forward are really, really incredible. And if you can see in the chat, a lot of people are excited about it, and that's really awesome. Okay, so as you see, Need for Viz Intelligence is at the heart of what we're trying to do and where we're going in the future and where everything's going at your offices right now. So what I want to do is I want to show you how we're going to bridge that gap between complex data and get instant insights using our Need for Viz AI through natural language query processing. Okay, so if you see on the right side, we have our AI assistant interface. Before we go in and dive in, I want you to notice one thing, that we can choose a variety of LLMs. So you can choose the right quote brain to fit your specific data needs. All right, so let's get the video going and let's see this in action. So first we're going to start with a real world scenario. Instead of manually dragging and dropping all of these objects, we're
Show me
simply
sales
going,
category, line, and product where revenue is greater than 50,000.
we're going to see it, we're going to see it get asked a question and do all of your manual work automatically. So let's get going. So you can see our assistant is going to select the model, right? We're going to get started.
Show me sales category, line, and product where revenue is greater than 50,000 and quantity is greater than or equal to 1,000.
So the AI is going to process that request. It's going to identify the correct dimensions and measures from the universe that we need to use, generate that query, and then we're going to check it, one click create, and you're going to see the AI process, think, and boom, the table is going to appear.
Show
Now we
me
want to look
revenue
at
by
trends.
month and by year.
So the assistant instantly understands the time series request of this nature, right? It processes it. It's going to tell us what we're doing. We're going to approve it because we're still in control. We're self-servicing here, right? Create. Now we have two tables that quickly. We're not even a minute in, right? And so speed is everything in analytics.
Show me
So we're going
sales
to
by
do one more.
product.
Sales by product. So again, now we have three tables. We are just 1 minute in, right? And the AI assistant is doing all of our heavy lifting, right? We're asking it the question, and it is intelligent enough to go in, write the query, and produce a table. And we have one more here. So we're going to add year, quantity sold, and then we're going to filter. And this is the big thing here, right? We're going to update an existing table with a filter. So instead of having to worry about looking up a complicated formula, this, that, and the other, the AI is doing all of that lifting for us. Oh, there we go. Sorry, sometimes a live demo with a video. But at any rate, so we're going to then update this existing table, right? Because we've already created it, now we're updating it, right? So it's intelligent enough to know the difference between updating and creating, right? So now we're going to add another table, right? Because we're going to add a fourth table. So our assistant is thinking, and this one's a little bit more complex. We're going to add two measures in 2 dimensions. We'll go and check it. That looks good. Or actually, we have 3 dimensions. Go ahead and create. So processing, bam. Now we have 4 tables, right? But this is where it truly, I think, gets exciting. This is where we're going to go to our right side, and we're going to have the AI help us create a dashboard, right? We're going to have it help us create visualizations, right? So the first one it's going to take a look at here is our lines, sales rev, year, and quantity sold. And if you notice on the right side, it's actually giving us a percentage right, to tell us what the best chart in its opinion would be. So all we did was click, and now we have transformed that table into an interactive table. And we just move things around a little bit, right? And so we're going to move on to our next table, which has month, year, and sales rev. And this is going to recommend for us a timeline. And so I think if some of you are out there consuming news articles, especially about stocks and things like that, you'll see this chart almost all the time on MS Now or New York Times articles, things like that. So we have two measures in this one, and it's suggested for us a variable pi. And the last chart has the one that we just built. We have 3 dimensions and 2 measures, right? And so we're going to actually pop in to a dialog box here that gives us more options, gives us more dialogue. And so you're still in your WebI component. We're just going to pop out to get a more detailed chart recommender. And in this one, it has chosen the scrollable interactive table. And this is one of my favorites because, again, it goes to that nature of being able to use this as a reporting tool and a visualization tool, which is something that no other modern tool in the market can do right now, because those of us that are using Power BI know that it's not a reporting tool. You have to go to the report server to get your paginated reports and to distribute them, and that's a whole thing. That's not the Power BI that we know and love. We can keep it all in one space, and that's a huge differentiator. And this is great as well. So I think we're okay. I know where we're at now. So the user's just going to go ahead and they're going to size some things out, but this is where it gets truly exciting also. We have global settings, right? So no having to go in and individually putz around with each visualization, because as you know, a real modern scorecard or dashboard is going to have a lot of components. So we're going to be able to go there and put global options. So we have a ton of embedded color palettes. You can actually create your own color palettes as well. We're going to add menus on all of our widgets so we can see the data in the table that creates it, and that we can also pop into a full screen mode. We also have the ability to use our vast library of SVGs and icons to put an icon on the background of all charts. We chose SAP. We're hoping our SAP friends appreciate that one. So once we've done that, in what has it been? It's been 5 minutes, and we have drillable charts. We have created multiple tables. We have put a filter into one table, and now we're blasting our widgets into full screen mode. We're interacting with them individually. The timeline series is moving back and forth. We're going to blast into full screen mode here. We can go into the data table mode. So now you have a kind of a wild visualization here. I would have kept it more simple, but you can do that because now we can actually see the data that's coming into these things, right? And as you can see, we can interact directly with our scrollable table and type in a filter. That to me is pretty cool, and really things I only dreamed about being able to do in this tool years ago. And now all these dreams are a reality. I can literally talk to WebI now and have it do things for me. I can tell my users, hey, you don't have to ask me to do these things. You can ask Need for Viz AI, and it'll generate that for you. All right, so let's talk about the roadmap for Need for Viz, where we went in 2025 and where we're going. So 2025 was a huge year of innovation. We released new components. The apply filter button is one of my favorite ones. So you have a button that you can put anywhere in the report, and you can click multiple navigation components, your drop downs, your buttons, what have you, and then one click have them filter everything at the same time instead of individually. We introduced new simple graphical tiles, which are great, and a Delta waterfall chart, which has been awesome. We've also stepped up our advanced mapping and customization and interactivity. and have also introduced accessibility for our handy-capable friends. Next slide. So, advanced controls and visualizations, this has been great. We have introduced more controls to be able to customize and format to your heart's content. Multi-report navigation, smart tooltips, min-max highlighting, dynamic alerts in your scrollable tables, really taking what was already next level to the next generation. Next slide. And this has been a great one too. We have introduced the Need for Viz panel all the way to the right to simplify things. So simplified HTML and PDF export. We have a more simplified design mode. It's going to do your chart recommender. It's going to have the library of all the palettes, the SVGs, and it's going to be a place where we can do the bulk application and sharing. And of course, that comes with a settings panel to further make things more customizable and simple as you're setting up for self-service and ad hoc analysis. Next slide. So 2026. So 2025 was great, full of innovations, full of making the product robust and adding on to an already powerful tool set to make it the most powerful tool set on the market. In 2026, we're going to take that even further. We're going to introduce new widgets and have AI be a huge backbone and focus on the product. So we're going to have some new components coming, area race, multi-date selector, flow map, new organizational trees. We're going to continue to enhance the Need for Viz panel. You already saw the Need for Viz AI, but on the panel, you'll have an external pop-up. You saw that on the demo. Shareable template settings, which is a huge time saver, and the bulk modification. And obviously, we're going to have the Need for Viz AI be a huge, huge focus, predictive panel, natural language querying, all the stuff that you expect out of AI, you're going to get and more. So with Need for Viz, you can not only create powerhouse dashboards and interactive reports and share these things, but you're going to be able to transform your business data with AI into automated insights, automated reporting, automated chart selection. This is truly the dream of self-service. And so where are we going with this? We're all about democratizing our data and our access to WebI and our ability to create complex reports and dashboards, anyone, anywhere. So BI query generation, the automatic conversion of natural language for our WebI queries, RAG learning, that means we're going to have the AI continually learn, right, and improve upon itself. And then the complete interface. That means we're going for seamless UX with chat, voice, and multi-provider AI, and your data never leaves your prem, right? Your data is your data. We're just consuming the metadata so it understands the relationships and what you're asking for, but your data never leaves you. So now what I'm talking about is, what does that mean? So the universe metadata goes to you. That's your dimensions, measures, and filters, right? You get validated query corpus. So your database is the example database is continuously enriched. So the accuracy improves and the back and forth between you and the AI is a lot more natural. And obviously the semantic context, right? That understanding of the relationship between your business objects for the most accurate and optimal results. So roadmap and vision, right? We all agree the future is definitely conversational. The future is AI, right? So phase 2 is advanced table operations, data manipulation, variable creation, sorting, and filtering. Some of the things that just took way too much time, AI is going to be able to do that for us. The next phase is auto universe or semantic selection, right? It's going to automatically understand what the best data source for us to use for what we're asking. And then what's really great is the local LLM option, phase 4. So you're going to be able to secure an on-premise deployment with Llama, Mistral, and other compatibility. So we're going to give the power to you to choose what LLM you want to use and have it be local. So because Business Objects is a tool that usually displays data from the system of record, we want to keep it compact, tight, and secure for you. So, like I said, this is the future, right? Transform the way you're doing things at your desk because everybody else is going to be, and we are at the forefront of doing that. 2026 and beyond is truly entering a new era in how we are all doing business, and this is how it starts. So one last thing that I'm really excited to announce is we have a newly engineered website. It is sleek, it is modern, it is beautiful. I encourage everybody to go there because this is more than just a source of information. It's an interactive resource center for the entire SAP BI community, right? You'll be able to try it live. You'll be able to see all of our widgets. You'll be able to check out the Need for Viz intelligence ecosystem, and you'll have an example of the full chart gallery and everything the tool can use and the ability to demo it on your own. So you can sort of democratize at your site how amazing and how this can transform everybody's daily routine and make us all more productive. So I encourage you all to go and check it out. It's beautiful. So Q&A, hopefully we have some questions that haven't been answered. I tried to answer as many as I could during the chat, so did our friends at SAP and our friends over at Need for Viz. Need for Viz only available in analytics, not on-prem deployments. It's available on-prem, absolutely. It's just a add-on. Is it compatible with 4.3? Yeah, absolutely. 4.2, SP3, 4.3, BI 2025 and beyond, easy. For those who are still on 4.3 and want to keep that version, will it be possible to? Yes, absolutely. Migrating, upgrading has never been easier. Yep, so are these innovations available to 4.3 on-prem or just cloud? So I think we answered that one, but SAC is cloud only. BO can be deployed on-premise still, or on your private cloud, or through SAP's private cloud edition. Yes. Any new customer can contact us at Need for Viz or contact SAP directly and get BobJ on-prem for themselves or get BobJ Edge for themselves to deploy it for a smaller, medium-sized company. I suggest you do that. Yes, will it be possible to migrate from BI 4.3 to 27? Yes, you can skip 25 and go directly to 2027. Until when will BI 4.3 be supported? End of 2026 and no end of support with CSP. Do you have a release time for the Mira Designer 2025 to allow the Mira to work with BI 2025? It looks like the current date is Q1 2026 as per our SAP friends. So this is a business objects path. Does Need for Viz component need to upgrade in same cadence to continue working? This is a good answer and great question. All versions of Need for Viz are compatible with all versions of BobJ, right? You can upgrade each system independently from each other. There is no concept of, well, I have this version and now it's not going to work with the new version of BobJ. It's very, very non-obtrusive. So when is BI 2027 going to be available, and will it be possible to install directly on top of BI 4.3 upgrade in place? Yes, upgrade in place as possible, and it's a lot better than it used to be. So I don't think people should be scared of that. And BI 2027 is expected at the end of 2026. I cannot wait.
Alan, actually, we've changed a bit our strategy. We are now shooting for Q1 rather than Q4 because it was creating a lot of pressure for us. So the actual plan is Q1 2027.
Okay, great. Q1 2027, probably better. I'd rather everybody not be pressured. We had to roll back 4.3 due to Lumira. 2025 not released yet. This is what's preventing us to go in BI 2025. So that will be addressed by the end of Q1 as per SAP. While Lumira is probably the most powerful BI tool from a customization standpoint, especially for on-premise deployments, I do suggest considering checking out how WebI in BI 2025 and especially WebI mixed with Need for Viz could really solve all those application issues that you have, even some write back. So if Lumira 2025 is something that you don't want to continue to maintain going forward as you take your BI 2025 journey and beyond, feel free to contact anyone on this call and we will advise you on your best options going forward, depending on how you've deployed things. Yep. So as I just said, this has been an issue, right? And so we've actually done this for several clients. We've transitioned Lumira applications to Web Intelligence with Need for Viz on top of it, and folks have been happy. It's much easier to maintain. You don't have to worry about finding that high-end skill set, and it's easier to make enhancements and updates for it. So it's been a pretty big positive thing for us. And that's really how we got in. That's how I found Need for Viz, by the way, is that I had to transition Lumira apps to WebI, and I needed a little power. What is new in data mode of BI 2025 version compared to 4.3 SP4? Yeah, the biggest thing is the formula is available. So you can actually manipulate the data inside your query generated. So you can create a more logical join or just essentially have that variable done for you before it hits your report. I've wanted this from the second data mode got released. So I was very happy and I have a lot of plans for it. Is there a version of licensing for business objects and your Need for Viz for either really small companies or for training/demo purposes only, something like old Edge version? Yes. Yes, please feel free to go to the website and contact us directly, or contact your friends at SAP. Edge for BO is still absolutely a thing. Edge deployments are things that we have deployed relatively recently, and Need for Viz obviously sits on top of Edge without an issue, just like it does for enterprise. So if that is something that you are interested in, I would definitely encourage you to do that, because your deployment and what you're going to get out of your investment is going to far outpace, in my opinion, other tools on the market. Is there already an end-of-life plan for Crystal Reports? No, like SAP mentioned, Crystal Reports is a super popular tool. It's going to be supported. It's been around forever and it will continue to be around. It's Crystal Report for Enterprise that is being discontinued. But Crystal Reports 2020, Crystal Reports 2016, those are still popular. Those are still wonderful. Those are still widely used, and they will be supported. Could we use business language command in BI 2025 a future dashboard, filter database greater? Yes. So as you saw in the demo, it was actually pretty neat. We just put into our AI assistant, can you filter out, I think it was everything over 50K. It created that filter and updated the table. What about data refresh for the export for the WIDX? right, so this is an SAP question. So yeah, a WIDX doesn't hold that connection to the data source. You'll need to generate a new WIDX to refresh the data. And everyone opening that WIDX is going to see the same data, right? It's not going to pass on the security profile of our user. Will BI 2027 and 2029 as 2025 another minor release?
Yes.
Yes. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Is it possible to connect our custom AI model? Yes, absolutely. You can set up your own model. That is one of the biggest differentiators with what we're doing. Please go to the website and contact us to know more and have a quick conversation. This is for Grégory and Eric. Can BI 2025 connect to and report out of S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition, or are there plans for that? And so they responded, I'm 90% sure this has been done. Please look at the PAM, as I know the team has been chasing for a solution with S/4HANA Cloud for the last 18 months. I've had those conversations as well, and I can double down on that for sure. How can I get this need for Viz on my on-prem deployments? It is not part of SAP bundle. No, it is not. It's an add-on. So go ahead and shoot that email address, your question, and we'll take care of everything from there. It's very simple. And once you have it, it will feel like it's a part of your SAP bundle because it's non-obtrusive. It just, boom, sits right on your platform and acts as WebI. Will AI not make mistake if prompt is incorrect or did not understand the relationship of data? Well, we put in place a technology that makes the result reliable, but if the prompt is incorrect, then the result will be incorrect also. So yeah, I mean, this is an issue with AI in general, right? Your AI is sometimes only as good as the prompt. So if you ask AI a ridiculous prompt, you might get a ridiculous answer. But as you can see, the AI can correct the query, can update its table. So if you did make a mistake, you can always go back and have a conversation about that, which is great. Need for Viz is compatible with SAP BI 4.2 SP3, 4.3 BI 2025. It is an add-on that can be installed on the same SAP BI environment or on a dedicated server. No need to patch SAP BI. Please contact us to get it. Absolutely. That's one of the most important things. You're not creating a huge IT project if you want to get this, right? This is a very, very simple deployment that does not cause any major reconfigurations. Very, very simple. Awesome. I know we're running pretty short on time here. Did we have any other questions? I see Jack has his hand up. Did you get your question answered, Jack? Or are you good?
I think there is a last question about data mode makes the report lighter and run faster. So maybe Grégory or Eric can answer it.
Yeah, so the question from Amir was, does data mode make the reports lighter and run faster? Does it help in terms of performance compared to performing all transformations and correlations between data providers outside?
So lighter, no. Does it make it run faster? It depends. Does it help in terms of performance compared to performing all transformation and correlations outside of it? It depends where. What do you mean by outside of it? If outside of it you mean in the designer, in the design mode by using, I don't know, for example, link dimension, I would expect the answer is yes. If you do the transformation and correlation in any third-party tool or at the database level, it will not improve. It will be, well, we are comparing two different things, right? It will not help here. Doing the cleaning, merging at the database level will always be faster.
Agreed.
Yes, design mode means by using the link dimension, use the data mode. It's better to do it this way.
Okay, great. So that was awesome. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank Need for Viz and SAP for hosting this and allowing me to speak at you guys so much. And I hope everyone had a great time. I hope everyone learned something. And I really hope that we change your guys' perspective on what's coming forward, and hope you guys are really excited for the future as we are. So don't be strangers. Please contact us. Please find us on LinkedIn. Please find me on LinkedIn. If you have questions, send them our way. We are always available. We will always get back to you, even if it's just a question about BobJ or WebI. You're confused about something, reach out. We got you. Okay? Thanks again, everybody. I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you from our side. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. A nice day.
Alors, en 10 minutes.